Hello guys, it's Unders. We're having a look at TwangStrom. This is a new reverb plugin from Yuhi, and it's actually taking the spring reverb from Bazille, their big multi-plugin synth, the bigger version of Any Cable Anywhere. And they've modeled some extra springs, and they've given it a nice drive section and some modulation, and built it out into its own plugin. So we can have a quick play around with it. But first, let's have a quick overview of the GUI. So across the top, we've got our nice little preset selector in the middle here with our little arrows left to right. And if we click in the middle, it gives us a nice little drop down, really useful for us here. There's also a nice undo and redo switch just here to the left, and a bypass option. When bypassed, little red light switches on just here. Moving over to the right, we've got a MIDI input indicator and a preset menu. So much like our drop down here, this gives us the full menu that we see in others, such as the Hive instrument does the same thing. Then got the ability to save our presets. And up here on the little simulated wooden end, we've got a cog icon. This gives us our MIDI assign as well as our preferences menu. On for the plugin itself, we've firstly got an input and then a drive and a tone, all similar controls just linked up here. Very simply, anything we touch and adjust, we get a readout in the main section just at the top here. As you can see, the input, drive and tone all bracketed into this filter section here. We can have it both pre or post, so we can arrange the order of the circuit here. And we've got a blend mode between a low pass and a high pass, with it locking in the middle to be a notch, but we can also swap that notch to a band pass just by clicking on the little drop down arrow here. We've got our frequency for our cutoff, as you'd expect for just about anything, and we've got a nice little blend between stereo and mono here. Last but not least, we've got a resonance of that filter cutoff. The middle section here is our springs. So we've got 3 types of spring reverbs. I'm not going to go into what each one is. However, the option at the top, we can choose our 2 spring. It's type 4, type 8 and type 9. The other 2 both being 3 spring options. And down the right hand side, they've got the measurements of all the springs. This would be how you'd work out where particular ones have been emulated from. The amplification source can be changed. So we've got envelope, mod wheel, pitch, or we can do LFO as well. We've then got some target in or out, and we've got the depth of modulation, always useful to have and play around with. Following over to the right hand side, we've got our width. So whether we're going to push it way beyond stereo to 150%, with 100 being about 75% of the way around there, and then we can bring it all the way back to mono as well. We've then got a nice mix. This is essentially our wet dry control. In this instance, I've actually got it on a bus, so we can just put it up to 100% here. Soft clipping, meaning we can actually really push the input and push the drive, and it's not going to clip the signal on the way out. We can use the soft clip to take control of that. And across the bottom, we've got our envelope section as well as our modulation sources and our LFO speed. And we've got this nice little readout here showing our LFO speed. I really like the way that works. As we push up the rate, it oscillates dependent on that, which is just a nice touch. So I'm just going to initialize this. What I've got set up here is just a very simple drum loop and a guitar loop, both from Logic. We've set it up so we can solo, so we can only hear what TwangStrom is producing sound-wise. So we're going to initialize it. We're going to just go through some of the presets and just listen to what it's doing to the little plucky guitar there. It does not affect the cymbal. That's just in there for a reference. So we can actually, we'll mute that away, and we'll just listen to what it does to the guitar sound. So to initialize, we can click here on the bottom, and we've got Init. And now we're just listening. And now we're just listening to the output of the TwangStrom Reverb. I really like that one, so I'm going to bring everything else in. Take it away. makes a really nice difference there. Let's keep going. Oh, that's really, really nice. Beautiful. It's a really pure, accurate sounding emulation of a spring reverb. It's available now. You can download the demo and give it a try for yourselves. I'll link that in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching.